俺が食い止める。行くぞ。俺が食い止める。さっさと気をためろ。死ぬなよ、ベジータ。
All right, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. We just got done with an exciting reveal and stuff. Wow, what a set of characters to unleash for the 60th anniversary. The developers definitely cooked. LF Broly Zenkai Awakening, new in-game fusion mechanic, both a Gogeta Blue and a Super Vegito, a new Broly, a new Supreme Kai. I mean, the devs did not hold back. What an exciting time to be a Legends enjoyer. The one thing that caught us off guard, though, is the monstrous amount of mechanics. So let's go ahead and jump right through what each of these characters do. They had 9 slides respectively for each character's kit, and even that was not enough for us to understand what they do, so let's go ahead and read into it. Able to fuse mid-battle into Super Vegito, the Legends Limited tag character Vegeta and Goku joins the fight. Vegeta and Goku before the fusion, their highlights are no Dragon Ball reduction. Each time you gain a Dragon Ball, enemy effects that reduce Dragon Balls will be nullified for 10 counts. This means you can safely keep on storing up those Dragon Balls. Number 2. Strong even against unfavorable element factor green. When your enemy switches out characters, unfavorable element factors will be nullified for a set period of time. So even if your opponent cover changes and brings in a green element character, you'll still be able to dish out the damage. And number 3, keep tag switching between Vegeta and Goku to fill up the synchro gauge. And then fuse. On fusing into Super Vegito, you restore health by 100% and gain both powerful offensive and defensive abilities. Super Vegito, after the fusing highlights, number 1, guaranteed damage with the Rising Rush. Super Vegito has a new ability that will allow you to still deal supreme damage even if your opponent chooses the same card as you during your Rising Rush. It'll also nullify endurance effects, so you'll have the chance to take down an opponent with those effects. Oh my god, I got it. I need someone needs to redeem a hydrate. If only this was still Twitch. Number 2, many ways to increase Dragon Balls. Super Vegito has a lot of ways to increase Dragon Balls, including entering the battlefield via fusing, using the main ability, and more. This will work perfectly with the Rising Rush, guaranteeing you the opportunity to deal some serious damage. Number 3, Vanish Gauge Restoration. Restore the Vanish Gauge every time you draw an Arts card. You'll get a boost to Arts card draw speed when your opponent swaps out characters, so you can take that chance to string together a combo and fully restore your Vanish Gauge. Don't miss this chance to show off this superpowered fusion of Earth's last hope, Legends Limited Vegeta and Goku. I'm not gonna lie, I actually thought this character was going to be yellow. We've never had a yellow headlining LF character. They've either been a separate part or what, but they've never been the headliner. So for them to be blue kind of caught me off guard. Now, the one thing that didn't catch me off guard is the fact that they decided to give this guy max HP at 14 stars. What a cheeky beaky thing to do, because they haven't done something like that since LF Bardock, and then before him was LF Super Vegito, and that was first year. Cheeky devs. Cheeky devs. All right, let's go. So he's going to give 38% to Fusion Warrior, Saiyan, or MajinBlue Saga base strike attack and blast defense, and 18% to MajinBlue Saga base strike defense, and 10% to MajinBlue Saga max HP. So this guy's a leader slot merchant. Strike attack. Vegeta strike attacks. This part of the kit, by the way, is going to be before they fuse. As you can tell over here, there's a lot of crap going on. Vegito's strike arts have armor, so charge in without any fear of enemy blast arts. While not an effect on strike arts in general, Vegeta has a strike arts card that recovers his own HP. Very cool. Blast card. While not an effect on blast attacks in general, Vegeta has a blast card that recovers his own ki. It's a held card, which means other characters can use it too. Blue card. On hit, the special move inflicts all enemies with 3 substitution counts, helping you put the pressure on your opponent of choice. Plus, if you have 3 or fewer cards, you'll draw up to 2 new ones so you can prepare for your next move while you're dealing damage. This is actually pretty strong because you could deliberately miss and hit them with the rush. This is something that you would do with Ultra Kid Buu with the blue card. I think if you had a full unique gauge, you'd be able to get 2 timer counts of like a debuff substitution count. You would deliberately miss and then chain it into a rush to get a kill. So his blue card, massive explode damage, plus the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draw at most 2 new cards if you have 3 or fewer. 30% to blue card damage inflicted. Inflict all enemies with 3 sub count on hit. Ah, crap, it's on hit. Never mind. It's not on activation. Disregard what I just said. His green card. Able to restore your ki, draw strike arts, reduce enemy ki, reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 1. This special arts card is a great choice for both offense and defense. Although it only activates once, it also has the powerful effect of charging the switch gauge by 100%, which will guarantee you the chance to tag switch if you need it. So green card, draw a strike card next, restore your own ki by 40. Charge your own switch gauge by 100%, activates once, 20% damage inflicted, reduce enemy ki by 40, reduce enemy Dragon Balls by 1. The green card not having the ability to get cover nullification is going to be interesting because it has to be somewhere in the kit then. Switch ability. You tag switch into Goku. Tag switch will cancel abnormal conditions like paralysis and bleed and will nullify enemy special cover changes up to 2 times. So after a tag switch, it's a great time to go on the attack. So his main ability is going to switch to Goku, restore on health by 10%, restore on ki by 20, cancel the own attribute downgrades that are normal conditions, give you cover nullification for 5 counts, activates twice. Seal enemies' blue cards, ultimate cards, and awaken arts. Sealed arts cannot be used for 5 counts. Requirements are the max switch gauge. This is actually really strong because if you tag switch out and you're going up against a last stand Ultra Gohan, then you sealed up their ability to chain in with their counter gauge. So you trigger the counter gauge. You know that when he's last man standing, he's going to have an ultimate in his hand. He can't use it. You know that he's also going to have a blue card, because let's be real here, they always have a blue card, and he can't use that either. So you can basically dead stop any comeback potential on that guy. Unique ability 1. If there's a defeated battle member, charge the synchro gauge by an amazing 100%. You'll be able to fuse into Super Vegito and turn the tables in a flash. Plus, each time you draw an arts card, you'll recover ki, and if your enemy switches out characters, you draw a special arts card and nullify unfavorable element factors. Even if your opponent tries to give you trouble by bringing in a green element character, they won't be able to stop you from putting on the pressure. If you do end up taking hits from an enemy combo, when your health reaches 50% or below, you'll destroy all of your enemy's cards. Vegeta's not going down that easily. This is really good because it reminds me of the support Goku, the Feet Coup. When his HP falls below a certain percentage, he too destroys all your enemy's cards, thus allowing you to extend your survivability. Applies the following effects when the battle starts: 100% damage inflicted, 70% reduced damage received, card draw speed by 1 level, nullify attribute downgrades for 60 counts. The following effects occur when this character enters the battlefield or when this character enters the field via tag switch. Randomly draw 1 new card if you have 3 or fewer, restore own ki by 20, charge own switch gauge by 20%, 80% to damage inflicted, 30% to strike and blast arts damage inflicted for 15 counts, inflict the enemy the attribute downgrade -1 to arts card draw speed for 10 counts. Also charges own synchro gauge by 100% if there's a defeated battle member. Activation count is shared between Vegeta and Goku. Applies the following effects to self when enemy switches character. While this character is on the battlefield, draw a green card next. Go type neutral for 3 timer counts. Restore own ki by 10 every time an arts card is drawn while this character is on the field. Destroy all your enemy's own cards if HP is 50% or below when hit with an enemy's arts attack while this character is on the field. Activation count is shared between Vegeta and Goku. So you can't do this disrupt twice. If Vegeta procs it or Goku procs it, I assume, this only happens once. Shorten ally subcount by 5 when enemy activates an ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising rush while this character is on the field. Wow, what a laundry list of things. There's so much crap going on here, but basically it sounds like this is going to be a high comboing unit. So far, it sounds good. And that's only the first passive. Unique ability 2. Vegeta has a special cover change against blast arts, and when other battle members are hit by attacks, the switch gauge will charge and you'll get a boost to damage inflicted and other buffs? Switch gauge charges with allies getting defeated? That's interesting. Depending on how the battle is going, you can use a special cover change to interrupt your enemy's combo, or you can have your allies take attacks to power up Vegeta. Also, this character has a unique gauge that charges each time your Dragon Balls increase. Plus, each time they increase, your enemy's effects that reduce Dragon Balls will be nullified for 10 counts. This means you'll have no problems collecting those Dragon Balls. Use tag switches and the unique gauge to charge up your synchro gauge, then it's time for Potara fusion. This character's doing so much, and there's only one. There's 2 of these. There's 2 of these guys. Slightly charges own synchro gauge every time this character uses their switch ability. Fuse into Super Vegito with 100% health by tapping the synchro gauge when full. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover change is performed against their blast arts attack. Activates during assists. You can chain with your blue card. Charges unique gauge and applies buff effect. Nullify enemies reduce Dragon Ball effects for 2 self for 10 counts every time your own Dragon Ball is increased by 1 while the character is not defeated. The following effects occur once the unique gauge is full. Charge his own synchro gauge by 50%. Shorten ally substitution counts by 5. Applies the following effects to self after enemy attack is over. Restore health by 10%. Restore health by 10%. Activates twice. Activation count is shared between Vegeta and Goku. Applies the following effects to self every time another battle member is hit with an enemy's attack. Charges switch gauge by 10%. 15% to damage inflicted for 15 counts. -2 to strike and blast arts cost for 10 timer counts. Wow, okay. This is interesting. On standby, the switch gauge gets charges. Is this the first character to do that? I think it is. I don't recall another character doing something like this, so that's pretty interesting. It's very clear that they wanted to give you all the tools for you to rapidly go into Vegito. Your entire focus is to go into Super Vegito. You don't care about anything else, just Super Vegito. So, yeah, definitely sounds like they've given you the tools to do that. If you're very easily able to get the switch gauge, you're very easily able to get those 5 timer counts of cover null. You will draw a card if you have 3 or fewer because you earn it when a character shows up on the battlefield via the tag switch, thus allowing you to rapidly go into another tag switch, maintaining your long combo, and of course, getting your synchro gauge. So far, pretty good. So that is just the Vegeta side. We are now on the Goku side. He has Blast Armor on his strike, Blast Card is standard, his blue card. Unlike Vegeta's special move arts, Goku will shorten ally subcount by 3 when he uses the blue and it hits. Deals massive slice damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation, randomly draws at most 2 new cards when you have 3 or fewer cards, 30% special move damage inflicted for 3 counts, shorten ally subcount by 3 on hit. Is this the first tag switch character where one person has a melee based blue and the other person has a ranged blue? Isn't Vegeta's a melee based blue card? Oh no, it's not. Okay, never mind, sorry. I thought they may have switched that up. Never mind, it's not. Okay. Green card. Goku's special arts has the same features as Vegeta's. Okay, so we know that we're gonna get damage, reduce ki, reduce Dragon Balls, restore 40 ki, get a strike card, that's fine. His tag switch ability is to go into Vegeta. Just like with Vegeta, you'll be able to cancel up normal conditions, nullify enemy special cover changes, then go on the attack. So similar stuff it looks like. Seal up enemy special move, ultimate, awaken arts. Yeah, that's fine. So it's the same thing, same switch ability, very good. Goku's unique ability is basically the same as Vegeta's, but you'll get an uncancelable 70% boost to ki recovery for the first time you enter the battlefield via tag switch. One way to think of it is that by tag switching to Goku, this character's basic abilities are now complete. Yeah, that's no surprise, really. They want you to feel a reason to tag switch. And what is it? It's having a boost to your ki recovery. So you start as Vegeta, I'm guessing. You tag switch into Goku, earn the 70% ki recovery for your combos, then rapidly go back and forth between the two. Otherwise, it sounds like the kit is the exact same. Yeah, synchro gauge 100% if there's a defeated battle member. Draw a special arts card. Yeah, the passives are the exact same between Goku and Vegeta. Only difference is the 70% ki recovery is what it looks like. Unique ability 2. Unlike Vegeta, Goku has a special cover change against strike arts. Otherwise, this unique ability works the same as Vegeta's, but keep in mind that some of the activation counts for health restore effects are shared between Vegeta and Goku. We know that. They said with the restore health when an enemy attack is over. So same passive. It's just the cover change is different. Now here's the bread and butter of everything. We now turn into Super Vegito. Let's see. Super Vegito, strike, arts, blast armor when charging forward, standard blast card, blue card. This special move has armor and can nullify endurance effects. On hit, you'll inflict substitution counts on your opponent as well as shorten ally substitution counts. So even if the attack doesn't finish off the enemy, you'll be ready to pivot to offense or defense for your next move. Blue card. Deal massive slice damage, applies the following effects to self upon activation. Randomly draws at most 2 new cards if you have 3 or fewer, 30% to blue card damage, and nullify endurance. When this character attacks with 3 counts. When hit, shorten ally sub count by 3, inflict on enemies with 3 sub counts. I like this. You know why? They took the blue card effects of both Vegeta and Goku and put it together. Very fitting for an in-game fusion mechanic. Just merge the abilities together. That's funny. Green card. The special arts will restore ki, seal your enemy's special move, ultimate, and awaken arts. On hit, you'll draw a strike card and nullify your opponent's special cover changes, giving you the chance to follow up more attacks and deal more damage. All right. Upon activation, restore ki by 40, 20% damage inflicted. Seal enemy special move, ultimate and awakened arts, which cannot be used for 5 timer counts. On hit, you draw a strike card next. Nullify cover changes for 10 counts, and you can chain it with strike, blast, special move, and special move arts. Oh, there is so much going on in this kit, bro. Super Vegito's main ability. The main ability will restore health and ki, plus it'll cancel attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions, so it's just as easy to use as the pre-fusion switch ability. Also, for 30 counts, you'll debuff any sustained damage cut effects your enemy might have, giving you a window to really deal damage. So main ability, draw a blue card. Restore own health by 15% and ki by 40. Apply attribute upgrade minus 30% to enemy sustained damage cut effects to self for 30 timer counts. Increases own Dragon Ball by 1, cancel abnormal conditions, and attribute downgrades. Unique ability 1. Okay. On Rising Rush activation, nullify your opponent's endurance effects. Each time you draw an arts card, the Vanish Gauge will restore by 10%, so you can potentially fully recover your Vanish Gauge by pulling off a combo. I'm already liking this because if you've been watching me for a while now, you know that I'm a big fan of units that allow you to stay on the field by playing well, by being dominant, by being aggressive. Units that allow you to restore Vanish via attacking or finishing off a combo like the Tag 4s, LF Dynamic Goku. Characters like that I'm particularly fond of. So Super Vegito being my favorite fusion, having a passive like this is very exciting for me. I really like this. It sounds like a ton of fun. When your enemy swaps out characters, unfavorable element factors will be nullified and you'll get a temporary 1 level boost to Art's card draw speed. So immediately after a character switches will be your chance to unleash a barrage of attacks. Applies the following effects to self after fusing, randomly draw 1 new card, restore ki by 100, 30% damage inflicted, and increases Dragon Balls by 1. I think at this point we're sitting at 240% damage inflicted, I don't know. The following effects occur when this character enters the field. Randomly draw 1 new card when you have 3 or fewer cards. Restores own ki by 20. Inflict enemy with the attribute downgrade minus 1 to Art's card draw speed for 10 counts. The following effects occur when enemy switches characters while this character is on the battlefield. Increases your card draw speed by 1 level for 5 counts. Go type neutral for 3 counts. Seal enemy special move ultimate and awakened arts. This is going to get so annoying. Even if we look past Ultra Gohan, this is everybody. Everyone is going to have this. You know how frustrating that's going to be? Ah, yes, I can finally kill this character with a blue card. Nah. No, man, if I can really time this, you know, if I swap in and I pop a main ability, I'm going to kill this guy. Nah, he's sealed. Boom. That's crazy. Applies the following effects to self every time an arts card is drawn while this character is on the battlefield. Restore ki by 15, restore Vanish Gauge by 10, and 10% damage inflicted. This is such an insane passive right here, because Vegito is pretty much guaranteed to have level 2 card draw speed. Him getting 15 ki basically means that he's almost always going to restore all the ki he's used up for his combo. He has arts card costs down, and he's probably going to have level 2 card draw speed, so a charge step in a blast, or a charge step or a side step into a strike means you're going to recover the bulk of the cost for your card, which means you're going to be able to keep on comboing forever. The fact that you stack up damage inflicted as well is just a cherry on top. Shorten ally subcount by 5 when enemy activates an ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising rush while you're on the field. Nullify enemies' endurance effects for 3 counts when this character activates a rush. I really don't understand why they keep doing this, but okay. I'm not particularly fond of like the Ultra Fusion Warriors being rush merchants. I don't know. Am I the only one that feels that? I don't really like this. There's something about it I don't like. Unique ability 2. Vegito has a new ability that will allow him to still deal supreme damage even if your opponent chooses the same card as you during a rush. The Rising Rush will nullify endurance effects, so choose your opponent carefully and go for the KO. And if you cause an enemy to use the revive effect, then your Dragon Balls will be increased by 2. So if the enemy chooses a revival character to take the brunt of your rush, then it'll make it easier for you to pull off a second Rising Rush. Ah, legends, they just flat out come out and say it. Yeah, rush him twice, man. Rush him 3 times. He's running 2 revival characters. Rush him 4 times. Why not? Wow. Damn, that's funny. I was wondering about that because they talked about revival characters. Surely they're going to apply a debuff. Plus, when the unique gauge is full, impact, explode, slice, and pierce damage received will be reduced, and unfavorable element factors for damage sustained will be nullified, which is a big improvement to the unique ability's defensive capabilities. don't forget, Super Vegito has a special cover change against strike arts. Anytime you get a gimmick like this, where RNG plays the heaviest part in it, if it ever dealt damage, it's never KO'd the opponent. It's always put them to 1 HP. You know what I mean? Like if MUI was to win a clash, you never really kill them. Or if, you know, some mechanic were to trigger to just put things in your favor, it never really killed the opponent. But the fact that Vegito's Rising Rush getting guessed still deals supreme damage, which can KO, is a new level of toxic, I'm sorry to say. When on Rising Rush, his hit, but wager is lost. Avoid the counterattack and deal supreme damage. Knocks enemy back to long range if a cover chamber is performed against a strike card, which you can chain in with a blue. Charges unique gauge and applies the following effects. Nullify enemies' reduced Dragon Ball effects to self for 10 timer counts every time own Dragon Ball increased by 1 while this character is not defeated. Wow. Applies the following effects to self once the unique gauge is full or upon fusing if it is already full. Another 20% damage inflicted. Reduces impact, explode, slice, and pierce damage received by 10%. So he's now basically at 80% reduced damage received. Nullify unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. So he's permanently type neutral as well. That's very fun. The following effects occur after enemy attack is over. Restore own health by 10%, activates 3 times. 15% damage inflicted by allies. No idea why he supports as well. Also applies the following effects to self. Another time another battle member is hit by an enemy's arts attack. 15% damage inflicted for 15 counts. -2 to striking blast arts cost. Applies the following effects when causing a character with a revival to trigger. 50% to damage inflicted and increases his Dragon Balls by 2. This is Gogeta's plat. This is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's plat in this guy's passive. He stole it. Holy crap. Wow. Okay. This character does so much, it is almost impossible to gauge how good they are off a piece of paper. We need to factor in the team compositions. We need to factor in their stats. We need to factor in their max HP stat. We need to factor in their equips. All I can say right now is this character is super strong. Without a doubt, they're in the top 10. Where they place, who knows? But we'll have to see in game when we finally get to use the character. But this is looking crazy, man. Characters do so much nowadays that it's almost impossible to remember everything that they do. It's just too many things. Look at all of this. How is anyone supposed to remember that you get 20% slapped here, 15% slapped there? You know, you get 50% for triggering this, -2 for doing that. There's so much going on here. But all I could say is very fitting choice for the anniversary. It looks like an extremely strong character. We're gonna take a look at Gogeta in another video because there's so much crap in each person's kit that it has to be another video. Although it's gonna be 40 minutes between each. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about Vegito. Be on the lookout for the showcases and the breakdowns. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, because man, 6-year anniversary is going super strong. But until next time, guys, peace.